So AI, artificial intelligence, is exactly that. It's something that is trying to replicate human intelligence and human behavior, human process. Machine learning is essentially trying to get a computer to train itself to perform a specific task. So machine learning is effectively a type of AI, but not all AI is machine learning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know we did a little prep for the podcast, and you mentioned Clippy is one of the first AIs, and we confirmed that.
That was one of the original first sources of an actual AI, even though it was super simple, super basic. It didn't have any complex process, but it was trying to mimic human behavior. It would talk to you like it was a person. It would try to help you out with your questions instead of just responding like a machine, which is, very, there's no emotion behind it. Clippy was trying to be like a personable assistant. Now, of course, you can ask all these different AI models just about anything and they will respond like you're talking to a person, which is really cool and also a little bit freaky at the same time.
Yeah, and I think most of us are familiar with ChatGPT. There's a push to add AI to medical devices to help with diagnosis, to help with surgery and other treatments. So with any technology, there's risk. And in January of 2025, January 7th, the FDA came out with some new guidance for medical device manufacturers because more and more manufacturers are adding AI to their products. So what are some of the risks to medical devices? And we don't need to talk about the specific attacks. We can go through that later. But like based on your experience and our experience with Blue Go, what are some of the risks with medical devices and AI?
Well, I think that sort of the first thing to understand is what is the application for AI in medical devices. There are lots of different technologies that are popping up left and right. Image enhancement is a really popular one. Another one is making diagnostic decisions based on a large set of data. It can really vary depending on the application. Similar with a normal medical device, no AI enabled, we have to look at what the expected use is to understand what the misuse could be. So if we have something making a diagnostic decision, it's going to be trained on some data. And what if something goes wrong with that training data? So what are we able to do about protecting that training data? How are we able to make sure that it's making accurate diagnostic decisions? And what happens if someone's able to poison that decision-making process and cause it to hallucinate bad results? Same with image enhancement. What if it can create a problem out of nowhere or blur out a problem that was already there?